All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're back for the afternoon docket. I'm Judge Jackie Powell. We're going to start this afternoon with the first appearance docket. When I call your name, please come up. If you are represented by an attorney from the Public Defender's Office, they'll come up, they'll speak on your behalf. If you have a private attorney and that attorney's in the courtroom, he or she will speak on your behalf. I just advise you not to talk about your case because everything in the courtroom is being recorded. And so we will start, I'm sorry, Peggy, did you pull one? Okay. All right. We will start with Alicia Matire,
Bonded, Judge.
okay? Mr. Martin, they're looking for your case.
On page 5, Jay Taylor.
Second look, Judge.
Oh, it's a second look. Oh.
Yes.
It's not on the, okay.
You did? You sure? That's when?
All right, no worries.
Sure with that? 'Cause it's still showing.
All right, Mr. Martin,
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I've seen the probable cause affidavit. I have visited with Mr. Taylor last evening in Nacante. His family is actually present here. There is a reasonable standard bond that's there for him. I would only move the court to possibly not find probable cause on the felony driving while license suspended. In the narrative, it's clear that he has a July 2002 driving while license suspended, a March 2003, and then apparently due to financial concerns, his license was suspended, I believe, January 15th of 2019 for financial reasons. I'm not sure that that would qualify under the felony driving while license suspended rule.
well, here's the problem, because it's the second look.
Your Honor.
Let me see if I have it. I don't
If not, I
don't
can
even
deal
have
with
the
it in
probable,
courtroom.
I
just
don't have
wanted
the
to bring up
probable
issue.
cause to review. Hold on just a moment. Hold on. Sometimes my assistant does print them out.
Judge,
Yes.
I think over at Conti, they were trying to get
Your name?
Jay Taylor?
He's en route, ma'am. I tried to get you before you started.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're off of schedule, so
Yeah, he
that's
should be
okay.
here any minute, and then I'll let you know.
I'd like to put that on recall, Your Honor.
Okay. It was me. Yeah. Yeah, he went back first.
his family was here. What? I don't know what the numbers were. It was about, give me some pictures.
All right. Do you want to do this? You want to waive his appearance?
We can waive his appearance. It's quite all right. He
Okay, so
understands
now
it's
you
happening.
can make the argument because now I've re-reviewed the
Thank you, Your
probable
Honor.
cause.
I'd move the court to not find probable cause on the felony driving while license suspended. It clearly appears to be a driving while license suspended, but I'm not sure it would qualify under the felony rule. He has two that are more than 10 years old, and the notice would have went out in January, and Mr. Taylor candidly has been homeless for a few months. I know the notice requirement is just to be mailed to his usual address, but we're arguing that it's a driving while license suspended on a traffic criminal level, not a felony level. Most importantly, and I'm glad the defendant's here. Hi, Jay. Everybody's here. Your family's here. Don't talk about your case. I've got him scheduled for Judge Tobin Singer on Friday.
Okay.
You understand, Jay? You're going in front of Judge Tobin Singer on Friday to start drug court.
Okay.
Other than that, Your Honor, I wouldn't have any argument. His bonds are reasonable. think it's 1,000 on the possession of cocaine and $750 driving while suspended and $100 for the paraphernalia.
All right. The only thing is, there is no, how do we make that change? Because I don't have, do you have?
Well, Your Honor, I don't think any change needs to be made, frankly, with response to counsel's argument. What he's referring to is potential punishment Mr. Taylor can face. And while he may not qualify for felony consequences based on the basis for the suspensions, the fact remains, as mentioned in the probable cause affidavit, that he does have 2 prior convictions for DWLS.
Right.
This being a third, it does qualify potentially as a felony DWLS.
Right. So, Mr. Martin, you may have to make that argument before his presiding judge.
Of course.
All right, I'm not gonna.
Yes, Your Honor.
Make any changes at this time. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. On this pack? No, that's Collier. Carl Taylor? Yes. All right. All right, Chelsea Banneria.
She is here present at main, Judge, approaching. Come on up, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. You're before the court for 1 count of DUI, alcohol, or drugs, and count 2 is disobeying or avoiding a red light, which is not for magistrate. The court does find probable cause as to count 1. As to bond?
Judge, my understanding is her family's, I think, already posted her bond, so she's going to come through the system any moment.
Okay. All right. Good luck, ma'am. Emily Martinez.
Ms. Martinez is here present, Judge at main. She's approaching. Come on up, ma'am.
Ms. Martinez, you're before the court for 1 count of battery on an officer or firefighter, 2 battery on an officer or firefighter, 3 touch or strike battery, 4 criminal mischief over $1,000, 5 disorderly conduct, 6 resisting officer with violence, 7 resisting officer without violence, 8 escape or attempt to escape. The court does find probable cause as to all those counts. As to bond,
Your Honor, I'll be requesting bond amounts of $1,500 on 1 and 2, $2,500 on, $500 on 6, $2,500 on 8. I'd ask for an order of no victim contact, no return to the residence at 919 Hillcrest Drive in Hollywood.
okay?
Judge, no objection as far as the special conditions, as far as no return. But in speaking Ms. Martinez, she's not going to be able to afford that right now. She's not working. She is going to school at Sheridan Tech, studying cosmetology. She goes to school Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, she does live with her mother in Hollywood, and that's the person she's going to contact to help post her monetary bond. She's 18 years old. Her mother will be posting her bond, but I'm going to be requesting on count 1, $1,000 bond, and on count 2, $1,000 bond. I'm going to ask you to leave the bond in place on counts 3 and 4. On the disorderly conduct, which is a $25 bond, I'm going to ask the court to consider an ROR. I have no objection as far as the state's request on a $500 bond on count 6. On count 7, the resisting without violence, which the standard bond is $100. I'm going to be asking the court to consider an ROR on that count. And on the last offense, I'm going to be asking the court to consider a $1,000 bond. So what the defense is requesting, if my math is correct, Judge, we're going to be requesting a total of a it's $6,000 bond, if my math is correct. Actually, $5,000, Judge.
This is, Ms. Martinez, first running with the law?
Second this month. She was arrested first week of February. Now, it's for a possession of cannabis. The issue is what started it. She got into another disturbance with her boyfriend. He explained to police that she was with him because she was having an issue with her mother, and he was trying to get her away from her mother before that got worse. Ended up getting into a huge fight with the boyfriend. The police got called to the residence.
So, Judge, I believe, in answering your question, was this the only run-in? I believe her history is a misdemeanor possession of cannabis.
All right.
Well, I think I answered the question.
No, you made
Yeah,
it like there's more. She said within this month. I don't think you answered the question.
Okay, counselors, I understood the questions and I understood the response. As to, I do find, probable cause, as to count 1 and 2, the bond is gonna be $1,000. On count 3, it'll be $1,000. On count 4, it's $500. On count 5, it's, $25. On count 6, it's $500. Count 7 is $1,000, and count 8 is $1,000.
Did you mean 100 on
And, I'm sorry?
Did you mean
For
100?
clarification on count 7, which is the misdemeanor, which was $100, did the court raise it to 1,000?
No, it's $100. I didn't raise anything.
Thank
Was
you.
that your question, Mr. Linder? Did I say
Sorry,
count
that's what I
7?
figured
No,
it
I
was.
didn't raise anything. Count 7 is $100, count 8 is $1,000. And no contact, with the victim, no return to this location, until further order of the court.
And would you sign a photo order, Judge?
Yes,
Thank you.
Weird days. When they shut me down and gave me up.
all right, Christy Burchick.
North Broward.
North Broward.
Ms. Burchick, you're before the court, this afternoon for 1 count of possession of fentanyl, and count 2 is a misdemeanor capias
Yes, ma'am.
on a petty theft charge.
Yes, ma'am.
And the court does find probable cause. Does the parties wish to be heard? That's
Yes,
the bond.
Judge, Ms. Burchick's not going to be able to make any kind of financial, monetary bond. She has been living here in South Florida for the last 2 years. She does not know any phone numbers of anyone to call. She has been living for the last couple of weeks with a friend of hers. From what she advised me, she has no criminal history other than this petty theft and possession of fentanyl charges.
Looks to me like she's having a hard time standing there or
I
keeping her
know,
eyes open.
looking at her, she's almost fell over twice now. I don't know.
I have my concerns as well, Judge.
Oh, you should have saw Demo was pissed. Oh, geez. I was a master control when she turned stuff.
Can the drug charge be transferred to drug court, or is that something that the drug court has to?
I know that's something, Your Honor, Michelle, pretrial will usually handle that.
Yeah,
If she's out.
that's after the evaluation.
Well, just, for example, Mr. Martin's client his case is already assigned to Judge Tobin Singer.
Right, right,
So, what,
so,
Was screened for drug court, however, she doesn't meet the criteria because of prior felony adjudication. And right now, she has a pending warrant on Waynesburg for a failure to appear on a drug charge. That warrant was issued January 2nd, 2019. She also has a warrant from Washington for shoplifting, a failure to appear. That warrant was issued back in 2017 and was still valid
All right. She failed to appear in court on February 18th, which is when this, no. This is before Judge Hurley. I am going to leave the bonds in place because I have concerns about Ms. Burchick. She's falling asleep while she's standing at the podium.
I didn't mean to.
She almost fell over 3 times while in the few minutes that we're here. Maybe
I haven't had
maybe
left.
we can see if we can get her into drug court or some other kind of treatment at this time. All right, your attorney will be speaking with you, ma'am.
What did I do?
Amelie Sarah Rip.
No problem, John.
What's going on?
Sitting there waiting, and he said, wait 10 minutes, and he tried to call and said,
Miss Rip, good afternoon.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, she bonded.
Amelie Rip bonded?
Yes.
She's released.
So who's standing at the podium now?
This is William.
Allison
Allison
Williams.
Williams, Judge,
Okay.
it's the next case on the docket.
It's not set up for it. I cannot do it by the rules. Were you able to fill the notice?
I can't do nothing.
All right, Miss Williams, you're before the court this afternoon for one count of trespassing, failure to leave upon order of owner, and count 2 is a felony violation of probation, which is a no bond hold.
Yeah, but how much did I do on that time, ma'am? 12 months, and I did time served. Listen, just want to get it out there. I've been
Okay,
12 months sober. There's nothing you can do for me, I know that.
all right. You'll be before your felony judge tomorrow at 8:30, and your bond on the trespassing is $25. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. I ain't getting out for the 25.
Christopher Davis. Christopher Corey Davis.
Mr. Davis is approaching, Judge.
Mr. Davis, you're before the court for count 1 is possession of drug paraphernalia. Count 2 is loitering and prowling. The court does find probable cause. What does Mr. Davis wish to do?
And speaking of Mr. Davis, he wishes to ask the court if you would consider resolving this matter today.
All right, State, do you have an offer for Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment.
No, it doesn't do this. It doesn't do what? It doesn't give people enough trust.
That'd be,
That's the people, right? Okay, who you are.
Be time served, Your Honor, no return to the,
When you're full,
listed
you're full.
property, 233 Northwest 24th Street, and,
So what's the deal with Osama?
He wishes to accept the state's offer, Judge.
All right. Mr. Davis, please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, sir?
Hey, can you tell them to cut their mic off? Hey, Doc.
There's a
little bit
lot
of
of
echo.
yeah. There's a lot of. Mr. Davis, do you understand what's going on here today?
Yeah.
Okay. And is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No.
And do you need more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
Have you ever been treated for a mental or emotional illness?
No.
And do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea, it could subject you to immigration changes?
Yeah.
All right. I hate to be boring you, and and don't try to speed me up. Do you need more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
And are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No.
What plea do you wish to enter, sir?
What's your plea, sir?
Yeah.
Say it out loud.
No contest.
Sir, I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence will be adjudication and time served, and no return to 233 Northwest 24th Street. Good luck, sir. Leonardo de Jesus,
Bonded, Judge.
okay. Uh, Tay Dante Blake,
Bonded, Judge.
okay.
This site, you missed.
Roderick Wheeler.
He's here present, main judge.
Mr. Wheeler, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, man.
You're before the court for one count of possession of cocaine, and counts 2 and 3 are a violation of felony probation, which are no bond holds. You will be before your felony judge tomorrow at 9 a.m. I do find probable cause as to count 1, and I will leave the bond in place at $1,000. Good luck, sir.
He was like, and he lit up like a.
Then Lester Harrison.
He's here at Maine, sir.
Mr. Harrison, you're before the court. There is one misdemeanor capias.
I said, look, Doc, I can't do everything I want. Could you get the-
And then there's a felony capias, which is a no bond hold, not for magistrate. So you will be in court tomorrow at 8:30 in your felony division, and the bond on count 1 is $50. Good luck, sir.
The particulars? Oh, yeah, I was actually particular for a while.
Stephen Love.
Mr. Love is a medical reset, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Jonathan Albarracin.
Judge, he's here. He advised us that his family hired a private attorney, I believe, Hector Garcia from Dade County. And I don't know if my colleague has had an opportunity to call
I just got off the phone with his father, and I'm gonna call the lawyer now.
Okay, I'll recall it. Ridge Williamson.
He's approaching, Judge. He's here at me.
Good afternoon, sir. You're before the court for one count of driving while license suspended. It says the first offense, and count 2 is a felony violation of probation. I do find probable cause as to count 1. Count 2 is a no bond hold. You will be before your felony judge tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Good luck, sir. All right, so then,
Judge, there's one
Yes.
gentleman, the second look docket, which I believe, if we could address him right now, because he showed me paperwork. His name is Travis Williams.
okay,
He's on your misdemeanor paperwork. He already took care of it. He was in front of Judge Cole this morning. He showed me the disposition. I believe he got time served. So I don't know if the state can verify, but it probably should be deleted off your docket.
that's what I'm being told, so yes.
Yep, sorry about that. Take care.
That was Travis Williams on page 2 of the misdemeanor docket. All right, well, since we're on the misdemeanor docket, let's just finish. There's only 2 more. Sean Moore,
Mr. Moore is here present, and Judge, when I looked in the system, I believe he was sentenced on his VOP, and he's gonna be, I believe, held till July 7th, 2019.
okay,
If he wants to resolve the matter, the offer from the state is adjudication time served.
He might be, and I'm gonna talk, I just wanted to make sure, because I don't think he has the actual VOP warrant. I don't know if this allegation was in the VOP warrant. That's my only concern.
do we,
I would imagine so. But
Sean Moore, Moore.
I'm away. Yeah, you see they get relieved? Oh, look at that. order to two, and what? They have to wait. Well, that's what they wanna make sure that someone's there, in case they leave it order two, the other ones aren't there yet.
I think that this petty theft is the only thing holding Mr. Moore.
I think, isn't he,
Yeah, he is a
wasn't
county
he
sentence.
on a VOP?
Yeah.
Am I getting my claim up, and I apologize if I.
No, they're checking. Do you know?
I don't know that there was a warrant because he was arrested on he was arrested on a capias or failed to appear at his VOP, and then he had a 94806 hold based on the new theft arrest.
Right, so we don't know. We don't, I know.
The only person here, the only person here that would know would be Mr. Moore when Judge Garcia Wood went over the basis for the violation.
And Mr. Moore, I'm trying to talk to him, Judge. He doesn't, I think from what he's telling me, he doesn't really remember all of what was going on.
Right.
So I'm not sure what he remembers or doesn't remember.
I mean, I don't mind the petty theft thing. I just want to, I was under my impression I was going to go do 30-day SAP at Conti and be released. And now it's saying that I'm going to be here until the 7th month of this year.
Well, you could be correct. It could be like a special condition. If you fulfill one of the conditions, then there's early release. I don't know. I just saw when I looked up BSO, your expected date of release was July.
Well, is there a way that we can find out, Your Honor, please? I'm very up in the air. I have a job to go to.
Until it's completed.
Right, but, okay, so we're all at this point in time, like, it's unknown. It appears that, he has been sentenced with some special condition of SAP.
Yeah, you're right. I just looked at this position.
Okay. Hold on a minute.
His sentence is 364 days of credit for time served.
Okay.
Upon his completion of SAP, successful completion of SAP, his sentence gets
What's going on over there? It's
I think it's
loud.
North Broward. Or that's North Broward, Judge, or Paul.
Hello, North Broward? No, it's not North Broward. Conti, Paul Ryan.
Just flip to the real quick, you should be able to tell.
Passing this, but not all. You wouldn't come. As a dish, you could come work out. I don't know.
Is anyone at Paul Ryan?
I don't think we have any people on our docket from.
So, Conti? No, it's not Conti. He's like, not me. Well, where's that coming from?
Yeah, they're the only one that's on.
They want to do medical.
North Broward, you may want to check your mic. Just make sure the mic is off.
I told him I don't think that's what.
Ma'am, it is not us. I'm here by myself.
But if you get it, I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Something.
All right.
Okay, now I think we can go on.
All right. So Mr. Linder was explaining the situation with Mr. Moore.
He received a 364-day sentence with credit for time served. Upon a successful completion of the 30-day SAP, his sentence is mitigated to 270 days. So that explains why it shows a release date in July.
Oh, okay. Okay. But do we know if this petty theft was on that warrant?
It
wouldn't
definitely
have-
wasn't on the warrant that he failed to appear in court on because it hadn't been committed yet.
Right.
Chances are, in my experience, did his probation officer have enough time to prepare an amended warrant from the time he was arrested to be resolved? Probably not. Now, I can't
I think Mr. Moore should just go to his presiding judge. It's not like he's in a rush to get out at this point in time.
I have the same opinion as the court.
All right. Good luck, sir.
I have Mr. Albarison's attorney standing by to appear by phone, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, let me finish. Adam Mizrock.
Conti?
Hello. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. Mr. Mizrak was before the court recently.
Yes, it was the end of last week, Your Honor. You set the bond at $1,000 on a battery with a GPS monitor. I believe the court had some concerns just based on the specific allegations.
If you could refresh my recollection, Eric, I can't get into Odyssey. so-
Basically,
I have the affidavit.
I think some of the language in the PC concerned the court, some of the
There was-
statements Mr. Mizrak was making concerned the court.
There was some kind of mental health also concerns. So at this point in time, I'm not going to make any changes.
Can I speak on my behalf?
You can, sir, but do not discuss anything about the facts of the case.
I never had a weapon in the situation.
Well, you're
and-
talking
Mr.
about
Mizrak,
your
you're talking
case.
about the facts
So-
of the case.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You probably shouldn't say anything. Just make sure
Okay,
that
I'm injured and I've never missed a court date in my life, and I'd really appreciate if I could, recuperate at home, and that's all.
you. All right, sir. Good luck. All right. All right, Mr. How do you say his name? Albarasin?
He's here at Main, Judge, or private?
Are we calling his attorney or you have him on? Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
305
Uh-huh.
644
Uh-huh.
1800, and I'm not sure of the attorney's name.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Jorge Alfonso.
Okay.
Thank you for calling the law offices of Albert Quirantes. This is Julissa speaking. How can I help you?
Good afternoon, ma'am. This is Judge Jackie Powell. I'm calling from the Magistrate Court in Broward County, and I just need to let you know that you're on speakerphone in the open courtroom.
Okay.
I have a gentleman before me this afternoon. His name is Jonathan Albarasin, and I'm told that he's represented by an attorney from your firm.
Yes, ma'am. Let me transfer with the attorney, okay?
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes good people make bad mistakes. Your most valuable asset is your freedom. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. We can help. At the law office.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Who am I speaking with?
Jorge Alonso. I am a lawyer with the law offices of Albert Quirantes. And back in December of the year 2018, we were engaged by Mr. Albarracin,
Okay.
which I believe he's in front of you now for a bond hearing, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Okay. I was in contact with Detective B. Peterson from the Broward Sheriff's Office,
Uh-huh.
and I introduced myself 3 times. We spoke. They told me that pursuant to the search warrant, eventually they were going to file charges, but they didn't know when. I told them that I would be glad to surrender my client.
Okay.
Obviously, they decided that I wasn't to be trusted. And now Mr. Albarracin sits in front of you, and I wasn't advised. His father called me today. I guess he was arrested late last night or something, and I was in domestic violence court, and I just got back to the office, and thankfully, a assistant public defender called me.
Okay.
And here we are.
All right, so this first appearance court, and I am about to find probable cause on all these counts, and then we have to discuss bond conditions.
Thank you. Yes. What do you have in mind? Because I just spoke to them in December. I haven't spoken to the family. I don't know that he had any previous contact with the criminal justice system, and I know that he's been a long-time resident.
Okay. All right, well, we'll hear.
And he lives in Dania Beach.
Right. Well, we'll hear from the state, and then if you have something else, let me know, and then we'll make a determination.
A determination.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And thank you for allowing me to appear telephonically.
No problem, sir.
Your Honor, I'm not certain that Mr. Albarracin is a longtime resident. I noticed he was arrested in Kansas and convicted from a 2012 fleeing and eluding law enforcement and reckless driving. I would also note on the booking sheet it shows 3 years of residence. I would also note, while he is 31 years old, showing he originally got a driver's license about 4 years ago. So it does, I suspect he may have spent the majority of his life outside of the state of Florida. That being said, frankly, my greatest concern is these specific allegations. I'm going to be requesting bond in the amount of $10,000 per count, pretrial release with a GPS monitor, no contact with any minors, and that he not be in possession of any devices with internet access until further order of the court.
Judge, most of those things are probably acceptable, but I am at a loss because I don't know how many counts.
There are,
13.
Mr. Alonso, there are 13 counts.
Judge, that's $130,000.
Right.
Can you make it by half, $65,000? And I will agree to pretrial release with a monitor, and as long as it's roaming, so that he can come see me in my office, so that we can hopefully prepare the defense.
Okay. All right. Mr. Albarracin, these are concerning allegations, and your attorney's on the phone, and I find probable cause as to all 13 counts, and I am going to impose a bond of $5,000 on each count with
Thank you, Your Honor.
GPS monitoring. No contact with any minors. No no access to internet device. So no internet access. And
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I believe that's it for.
I wasn't
for now.
requesting anything
No.
else, Judge.
Judge, could you
Hold
could you
on,
advise?
Mr. Alonso, hold on just a moment.
Thank you.
Mr. Albarracin, did you want to say something? And before you say yes or no, you cannot talk about your case. And
Yes, ma'am.
And you have your attorney on the phone, so you cannot talk about your case. So is it
Yes.
about the case that you want to ask me any questions about?
Just on the internet-based device, I do have a work cellular. That's the only thing. Is that
No,
that
so you've got to hear me and hear me clearly. No internet access.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
All right.
Mr. Albarracin, if you have a phone that's internet enabled, you have to give it to your father or somebody else while the pendency of this case is being resolved. No other computers, no other devices. And I'm going to call your father as soon as I hang up to try to arrange for your bond. As soon as you get out, you are to call me, to see me in my office. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate
Hold
your
on, just
kindness.
hold on, just one more minute, Mr. Alonso.
Your Honor, just to clarify for the record.
Yes.
I imagine the court intended level 2.
Yes, level 2 GPS monitoring. All right, thank you. Good luck. Good luck, Mr. Albertson. Thank you, Mr. Alonso.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So now we go back to the felony hearing docket.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have Jarrell Edwards,
He bonded.
okay? And Daniel Reed.
Mr. Reed is here present, Judge.
It's a motion to release, Judge. The state has not yet filed an information, so Mr. Reed is entitled to release at this time.
All right, so Mr. Reed, I'm gonna grant it his ROR. Good luck, sir. You need to make sure that you check your mail, because it doesn't mean that they can't file the charges. So if they do, you need to know if they have, and if you have to come back to court.
Oh, Judge, may I have one more moment to speak, Mr. Reed? I just want to explain one issue, because I believe he has a parole hold, and I just want to go over that one issue.
Okay.
Judge.
Judge, Reed, nothing's changed. Well, he's getting his ROR.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And then, Menace Bonnet is, on medical loan, or he's on loan.
And, Your Honor, I would just ask Brian, I think he should just be, rather than reset him for every second look until he's back, I mean.
We found, what did we do? We
I
found
just asked that
probable
it just be-
cause, didn't we?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, yes.
Did
It
we
was
set
just
a
second
bond?
look. Bond was already set at 1,000. I'd ask it to just be deleted when he gets back from where he is.
Okay,
The
okay,
defense can obviously seek a bond.
all right. Jason Campbell,
He's posted bond. He's been released.
and
Or
how about
he's-
Luis Chaparro?
He's still in custody.
North Broward,
He's a medical research, Your Honor.
okay. All right, so Belgasem Slimane,
He's out of custody.
and Demetrius Graham.
Conti.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Graham. What's going on with Mr. Graham?
It's a second look, Your Honor, for one count of burglary conveyance, a second count of attempted burglary, grand theft, and misdemeanor possession of cannabis. Your Honor set the bond on the two burglaries at $2,500 each. I suspect what had a lot to do with that was Your Honor was advised that he was just released from Florida State Prison August of last year after being sentenced to 14-month state prison for burglary of a conveyance. On one case, another case, 2 counts of grand theft auto, leaving the scene of an accident with injury. And he received 14 months, essentially 14 months state prison on that charge as well. Based on his recent release from state prison for like offenses, I'd ask that the court keep the bonds in place.
It certainly does appear that Mr. Graham is not able to make that bond. Mr. Graham, can you make any kind of bond?
No, sir.
Do you have a place to stay?
Yes, sir.
Who do you stay with?
I stay with my girlfriend and her mother.
And how long have you been living there?
Since last August. And way before that. But I've been staying with them since I was released last year too.
That's where you've been staying since you got out of prison?
Yes, sir. That's my permanent residence.
I'd ask the court to consider pretrial release for Mr. Graham, Your Honor.
Was this were there co-defendants in this case?
There were, Your Honor. It was several co-defendants. This was at Jacaranda Lakes. One moment, Your Honor. Do you have the PC there?
I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there are co-defendants, Your Honor. They're referenced on the second page. Mr. Moise. Let's see.
I'm gonna deny that. I won't make any changes at this point.
Could I get a bond reduction to see if my people could post a bond?
What time is it?
Yeah, you have a bond.
I've said, could I get it? Could you see if you could lower it to see if they could try to post it?
How much do you think they might be able to come up with?
Last time I talked to my mother, like 2 days ago, she said that she had only like $250, and she was trying to make a payment plan with a bondsman. But he was but because it was 700, he wanted more than that, and she said she had to see what she could do because paying bills and stuff.
It appears certainly that his family's trying to help him, Judge.
All right, so what did I do with his thing? How much was his bond?
It was $2,500 on each burglary. One moment, Judge.
I think it's a total of right around 6.
And 1,000 on the grand theft, and 100 on the cannabis.
All right, then on the two that are 2,500, I'll reduce those to 1,000 each.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Jay Taylor.
That was Mr. Martin's client.
Oh, that's right. And Aaron Collier.
Out of custody.
Okay. What was it? We've covered everything for this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you might have a photo order up there on Emily Martinez,